Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon or morning, wherever you are. It's a glorious Friday, wherever you are, anyway. Friday is generally glorious, isn't it? It's the precursor to the weekend. If you are here and you're watching this live, give us a nice hello in the chat. Give us a wave, give us a hey, Jonny, all that kind of thing. So I definitely thrive off your energy. We've got a brand new banner on the bottom here. Just to anchor everybody into where they are today and what all this is about. This is absolutely your thank flip. It's Friday live training, so give us a yay in the comments, or hello or something like that. If you are here and watching this live, I'm actually watching it in the group to make sure that it's actually working, and it is. So yeah, give us a hello. Let's see. Let's see your names. Let's see who you are. And I will say one thing to you, which I always say every week, is that we like to see your actual names. There's no doubt about it. We like to see your comments. So we've got Annabella's here, Melanie's here. Hi, Melanie. Emily's here too. I'm squinting because I'm got my glasses on. I can just about read. Caroline's here as well. Left in Mr. Cooper, she says. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing around with the comments. When you say something, we're going to stick it on the screen here. Now, I'm just going to point one thing out. You know what I'm going to do, don't you? Because two lovely Facebook users have said, welcome back. So this Facebook user knows that I've been to Tenerife and I've been stuck in a plane for 24 hours. Let's not go into that. This Facebook user says, hi, Jonny. What I want you to do, guys, if you are showing up as a Facebook user, there's a really, really simple thing to do, which is have a look at the bottom of this screen where it says streamyard.com/Facebook. Go to that URL. You won't be able to click on it from the screen, unfortunately. You have to type it in. streamyard.com/Facebook. There's a button there that says give StreamYard permission to display your Facebook name. And then we can see who the bloody hell you are. So if you can just do that, just while we're fucking about for a moment, that would be good. I see there's quite a few of you here. If you're here live and you haven't done so yet, just type hello in the comments so we can see you. We're going to see who you are. You might have noticed that I'm actually not wearing my headphones, which is quite a departure for me. I decided, it's almost like I had some therapy, right? I decided that there's actually no reason to wear headphones on a StreamYard training like this because I can only hear me, my own voice. Nobody's talking to me. So it was all a bit daft, but for months, in fact, since we started doing this, I'm aware that I've actually put my headphones in. It's a bit silly, isn't it? So I've got over that now. I've realised that I don't actually need to wear headphones to be fully immersed in this conversation. Jeff's here as well. Jeff, congratulations, by the way, on joining the CAB program starting next week. Great to have you here, to say the least. Okay, we've got a good number of people here. My friend Sean from America is here as well. Good afternoon, sir. Back to you, sir, as well. This is what we're going to be talking about this week. So I'm just going to put the right banner on. And it says this, doesn't it? 5 signs you're doing marketing wrong. That doesn't sound too brutal. It's not meant to offend anyone, or I'm not sitting here in judgment. But you know what I'm like with my spicy headlines. If people don't read the post, there's no point in writing anything at all in it, is there? So spicy headlines are, good for the world, aren't they? Because it gets your good stuff out there and it gets people actually reading them. So that is what we're going to do today. I notice Lorna's just here as well. Thank you, Lorna. Welcome back. Ivan Washington State. Coralie's here. We love Coralie. Do you like me suntan, by the way? I'm a bit brown, aren't I? It's not just the orange glow in the room. I am actually a wee bit tanned. I'm a bit half cooked, I am. So on the topic of 5 signs you're doing marketing wrong, I've got 5 banners that I'm going to display one at a time. And then as each comes on the screen, I'm going to ask you some questions. So get your fingers ready. Pay attention, because this is a two-way thing. I'm not just sitting here blabbing at you. I actually need some feedback. So 5 signs you're doing marketing wrong. Let's just cover that to start with, because these are not the only 5 signs. There's lots of ways to do pretty much anything wrong, aren't there? There's more ways to do anything wrong than there is to do it right, usually. And marketing your business online and becoming a personal brand, no exception. There are lots and lots of ways to do it wrong. But in a post earlier in the week, which actually went quite well and therefore triggered this session, I decided just to talk generally, just make a short list, if you like. So what I'm going to display on the bottom here, one by one, is the 5 items in this list. Let me just make sure I'm clicking the right one. Okay, so here's number 1 of the 5 signs that you might be doing marketing wrong. That when you go to post something in your community, by which we mean anyone on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you stare at a blank screen for a little while. You can't think of anything to write. Let's have some comments on this. Let's be honest. Who sometimes suffers from the blinking cursor and you can't think of anything to write? Just give us a yay on that if that's something that you regularly encounter. You can't think of what to write in a post. You should post something, but you just can't. Oh, what am I going to write today? What if they don't like it? What if nobody responds? What if nobody engages? Oh God, I've run out of ideas. I can't post about that thing again because I did that yesterday. I'll just bore them all. Is that something that you get as well? Let's have a look. We've got yes, me. Oh, actually, I can display these. By the way, Facebook user, if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, you can put your name in there and tell them who you are. All the time. Carly, I know that. Sometimes too much, you have to say as well. No, you can never say too much. So from this, we shouldn't be posting it. I'm posting something specific to say. Right, okay. We keep posting the same content. Yeah. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. I will start with a picture. I want to find that one. I asked my team for ideas. Yeah, I don't know who you are, my dear or sir. I don't know who you are. So I asked my team for ideas and nothing neither. So I make up rubbish in the end. There you go. That's brutally honest. I'm not surprised that's anonymous. You probably didn't want to put your name on there. Who are you? Who actually said that? And the answer is yes, sometimes. They'll need to come up with different stuff all the time. Yeah, bingo. So this correlates, doesn't it? Not correlate. This correlates with this one. I keep posting the same content. Because you can, right? You don't have to come up with different stuff. What would be useful, I suppose, is to, I'll put my name. If you go to Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, then you can do that. We'll come back to this repeating content because this is important. This is 48 days for a single post. I have to scan them all to decide. Oh, Sean, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing to yourself? Someone's post the same content. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me just give you a little anecdote, which is a true story about the whole same content thing. Right? Story about the same content thing. There is a very prominent marketer in our field who is called Stu McLaren, and he has the absolutely brilliant website stu.me, which is so brilliant, a 5-letter domain there. Anyway, Stu McLaren's been at it for years, and he specialises in recurring revenue products. That's what he just teaches people how to build tribes. I think he wrote a book called Tribe on that topic. And what he does is he posts stories, success stories about people that he's helped with this. And for years and years and years, He was dining out on one single story about an author called Michael Neal, I think he was called. Is it Michael Neal or Michael Neal? Probably Michael Neal. Prominent author, well-known guy, right? And the story goes that Michael Neal was traveling the country doing book launches and book signings. He was never at home, away from his family and exhausted and all that sort of thing. So I started working with Stu, and Stu set him up with a membership community, a recurring revenue membership community. And now, of course, Michael Neal's life has changed forever. He stays at home in his New York apartment and doesn't have to travel and all that kind of thing, right? Now, that's the story in overview. But I must have read that story 25 times over the years. And that just shows, doesn't it? It just shows when you know your topic and you know what people want from you, what they want to hear from you, you just keep beating the same old drum, right? Nothing is going to be more distracting and confusing for your audience than if you're coming up with different wacky ideas all the time and new stuff and this and that and this and that. They're going to go, why am I here? Why am I even watching this? So I think Annabella, that's a good tip for you. And whoever this person is, whoever you are, I mean, not literally the same, because I suppose, there's a chance that people will get bored of seeing the same post all the time. But it's about the same topic, isn't it? And what I just want to put to you before we move on to number 2 is that if you're staring at a blank screen for more than 3 minutes when you're trying to write a post, this means that you haven't understood your audience, you haven't understood their pain points, you haven't understood their pleasure points, what they're striving towards, in other words. Because if you had, you'd have a lexicon of content at your fingertips. You'd know instantly what to talk about. All I need to do in JHM is talk about getting more clients, working less, earning more money. That's about it, isn't it? I guess. Everything that I write, everything I produce is about different angles, different aspects of those 3 key things. So just work out what your thing is. What's the one big thing you do for your clients? I help you guys find more clients without paid advertising. So everything I write is going to be branching off from that concept. So just work out what it is. Work out what it is. In actual fact, what might be worthwhile just before we leave this is to say, pop in the comments the one big thing that you actually do, right? Your one big topic. What's your one big topic? And I'll pick one, and I'll throw 5 posts at you. There you go. Challenge Jonny. So much value in these Fridays. I can't believe it. Type in the comments the one big thing you actually do. Okay. I'll pick one and I'll throw 5 posts back at you that you could write about that one topic. Yeah. So write your one big thing. Write your one big thing. And I'll give you 5 posts on that particular topic just to prove it. Your one big thing. Your one big thing. Your one big thing. Okay, I'm going to pick this one from Annabella. She helps women in their 40s and 50s feel and look fabulous again. Okay, so all you got to do is examine all the aspects of looking and feeling fabulous, all the benefits of looking and feeling fabulous. And on the other side, when you feel like you don't look and feel fabulous, I'm very, very generous with my non-judgment these days. I think everybody looks fabulous. If you're still alive, you look fabulous, don't you? That's the thing. But she helps women in the 40s and 50s look and feel fabulous again. Okay, so what we're going to do is create some engagement around that topic and let our audience know that we're here to help them look and feel fabulous if they're in the 40s and 50s. So I would say, okay, here's one question to ask. What did you notice? What's one big thing that happened to you when you turned 50? Right? What's the biggest thing that happened to you when you turned 50? Apart from your birthday party, you could say. Yeah. Apart from your birthday party, what's the one big thing that happened to you when you turned 50? Okay, next question you could ask on this topic, Annabella. You could say, when you're on the beach, um, do you feel embarrassed by your body compared to all the 20 and 30-year-olds floating around? Yeah, something like that. Third post about this topic. Would you go out more? Would you go out more if you felt and looked as fabulous as you did when you were 25? There you go. Fourth one. Let's pick a negative one here now. What do you think people think and feel about you and your body when they see you in the street? Oh, a bit brutal. So, this just goes on and on. It's endless, isn't it? It's endless. And Annabella's been so specific there. She's used a racy little adjective, fabulous, which is brilliant. She identified the age range of the women, feeling and looking fabulous. That's a great statement. And from that, Annabella, you should just be able to write endless content. And of course, they're just the engagement questions that I've been reciting there, the longer form posts, where you can go into, you can expand on one of those questions. You can pick up one of the comments on one of those questions that I've just recited, Annabella. And you can write a post about the comment, because when people respond, they tend to write a little bit longer than the question itself, don't they? Right, okay. Thanks for picking me. What, you feel old? Or they feel old? Gravity, says Judy. Yeah, so there's loads of good stuff in it. We know that Mel does this, and those engagement questions just flow naturally about self-confidence, don't they? With midlife women. So Jeff has claimed Ben McDwee. I've never heard of that. Shouldn't I have heard of that? It's the second highest mountain in the UK. I thought it was Ben Nevis and then Snowdon. Must be wrong. But well done, Ben. Well done. So the point is that, well done, Ben. I'm saying, well done, Jeff. You'd have to feel less energetic than before, Jeff. No, I'm sure you don't either. All right, look, we need to move on, because that's just the first one. So I just want to make the point here. If you are stuck at what to write, just look at what it is your clients are talking about, what it is they want from life and from you, and just write about that endlessly. You don't have to make new stuff up all the time. In fact, you shouldn't. Okay, number 2 that I plucked out of the sky was a fear of selling. Fear of selling. Fear of selling. So let's just be clear here. Everything that you have, all your possessions around you, every book there, every helmet there in my rack, was sold to me by somebody or something, some marketing campaign, sales campaign, right? So our lives would be pretty bare and desolate, wouldn't they, if people weren't selling things? Everybody is sold to on a regular basis, and people don't dislike being sold to. If it's something that they actually want, people like having conversations with you about how you can help them. So I think we've got to get away from this mindset that, selling is somehow skeevy and underhand, and you have to be a hard closer and all that sort of nonsense. It's about hard helping, as Jeff and I had a conversation this morning. It's about helping people to enroll in your work, in your program, become a paying client, so you can help them, because you can't help them otherwise, can you? So let's just have a comment or two on this. Where would you say you are with booking conversations with people? In fact, I tell you what, let's be more specific. How many conversations have you had this working week, from Monday through to Friday? How many Zoom calls, or I guess phone calls? I don't know why you do phone calls, but how many actual live calls have you had with people this week, Monday through Friday? So from the start of Monday till now, give us a number. Let's have a look. Let's see where we are. Can you still see me, by the way? Colleagues having technical issues. Raj thinks I've gone somewhere. Have I? I hope I haven't. I hope it's still live. Let me just have a look in the group. Yeah, no, it's still on. Yeah, no, it's streaming. Definitely streaming. Okay, let me just turn this off. So, yeah, I can see, but freezes now and again. Wow, okay. So, Lon's had one big one this week. Sometimes that's all you need, isn't it? Caroline says, I'm sorry, Reg says, back and see it. Okay. Right, so the question was, how many calls have you had this week? How many sales calls have you had this week from Monday through till Friday? So Lon says one big one this week. I apologise if the video quality was stuttery there. It's not usually my end. Yeah, so the ultimate measure of success is really going to be, how many conversations you have. Well done, Emily. Good job having conversations with people. So do not avoid having sales calls and just develop a simple bridge message, a simple bridge, direct message to bridge somebody who's chatting in the group to somebody who's on a call with you. And as you well know, because you've heard me recite this, endless times, that the message is going to go something like, let's have a quick chat. I might be able to help. But at that point, when you're booking it, you don't know whether you can help or not, do you? So, get them into conversation with you. That's the thing. Face-to-face emails and calls, says Emily. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, right. Let's dump number 3 on. Let's dump number 3 on here, which is this made me laugh right in this. This made me laugh right in this one. You hire a mentor or coach, then don't do any of the things they tell you to. Who does that? I don't know. Have you ever done that? Come on, we're being brutally honest. It's a Friday afternoon. We're all friends together. Have you ever hired a mentor or coach and then not done anything that they've asked you to do? Give us a yay or nay on this question. Have you ever hired a mentor or coach and then done not, or experienced any pushback, for example? Not felt like doing it, that kind of thing. Because believe me, when you're working with someone, there's always something you can pull from it if you do the work. If you go away and pull out the golden nuggets, and that kind of thing. So we've got yay. I'm Caroline. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to do the tasks. Yeah, I think programs should be designed. So got a bit of a laugh from Facebook user there. We good programs are designed, aren't they? Good work is designed that it's easy for you to absorb and actually do it. But the purpose of me actually posting this as an idea, you hire a mentor coach and don't do any things they tell you. Just dive into it. Especially if you've paid for it. If you've paid for it, just do the work. Don't let life get in the way. And it's not so much in JHM, but I know with some people who purport to help you, they'll just point you to some kind of portal with downloadable stuff in it, and you've got to go away and do it at your own pace. That's quite tough sometimes, isn't it? And it's a lot easier if the person who's sold it, who's guiding you, is actually there to hold your hand. So we like that in JHM. Yeah, exactly. Bless. Now time's not sure if talking the same language. Yeah. That can be true, can't it? And it's up to the mentor to try and bridge that gap between what they're telling you and your understanding and your appreciation of what they're telling you. But generally speaking, actually not generally speaking, but oftentimes it is down to you. It is down to you. You take somebody on, you pay them, and you think it's job done. I've got some news. This is a brutal truth for a Friday afternoon, basically, that this stuff ain't easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be a 7-figure online coach, wouldn't they? Everybody would be doing, $100,000 a month kind of thing. So it isn't easy, patently, but it gets easier if you hire somebody and you run along with them. You actually do it. You get into it and do the things that they show you. Right. Okay. Let's go on to number 4 of the 5. Okay. Ooh, success envy. Well, look, I'm not going to ask for a yes or no on this. I'm going to ask for this. How do you feel? How do you feel when you see somebody doing remarkably well in a similar field to you? How does it make you feel when you see a practitioner who's doing fantastically well, crushing it, if you like, to use the common vernacular? How does that make you feel? Just while you're typing your answers to that, I'll tell you a story about a lady in my community. You may have heard of her, Lisa Johnson. She's a British coach, very, very good at what she does. She has a program called One Too Many, and this is a downloadable course that also involves a community wraparound. Very, very good at what she does, gets some great results. She charges £2,000 for that program, and just last month she had a launch of One to Many OTM, and she sold 500 of them at the launch. So that is a £1 million launch, not dollars, you Americans, not cheapskate dollars, but actual English pounds. £1 million launch. Now, I looked at that and I went, how that bloody hell shouldn't I? But fantastic, you can do a number of things. You can be inspired by it, can't you? You can say, well, if they can do it, you know what? I can do it. You can also reverse engineer the thing. I'm looking at a chap at the moment who's got a very, very, very good messenger bot game, where he keeps in touch with people and sends them links to things that are useful and all that kind of thing. So I'm putting some of that into place just by observing what he's doing and reverse engineering it, and putting it into my business. That's a good use of, somebody you come across, isn't it, who's doing well. Obviously, don't plagiarize their content. That would be just silly. But right, let's have a look. Let's have a look what we've got here. Just on the previous one, Jeff said sometimes you're scared of doing what you need to do most. Yep, absolutely. So when we're talking about, those having more success than you, excited to learn. That's a well-balanced response, isn't it? If they can do it, so can I. That lady was called Lisa Johnson. In fact, she is called Lisa Johnson. Lorna, Lisa Johnson. It's not about the money, said Facebook user. Well, it kind of is a bit, because money's a recognition that you're helping more people, isn't it? The more money you earn, generally speaking, the more people you're helping. And we're all in the helping business, aren't we? That's what we want to do, and help as many people as possible. But yeah, we have to make do with cheapskate dollars. Exactly. I know. Yeah. So Emily's been very raw about this, and I suspect that one or two of you hadn't commented yet probably feel the same way as Emily. So, you're amongst friends here. Don't be afraid to pop in how it makes you feel. So, jealous, insecure, inadequate. Yeah, these are natural human emotions, aren't they? I feel that too. I get it. And then fair play. I thought, I just didn't do it. Yeah, just didn't do it yet. But I'm continually inspired. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine the opposite to all this, guys? This is really important. Imagine you're working in an industry where nobody was making any money doing what you're doing. That wouldn't be very inspiring, would it? That would tell you something is chronically broken with the thing that you're trying to do. So, we should rejoice. We should rejoice in these people around us who are doing really, really well and impacting the lives of, thousands of people. Yeah, I'm with you, Gregory. It's definitely about the money. Why do people say it's not? Obviously, money shouldn't be the reason you get into this business by itself, and money definitely shouldn't be the thing that you're desperate to do and get. But it's the byproduct, isn't it? It's the natural effect of helping people. And when we look at people like Lisa, and yeah, there are other examples. This is not a Lisa Johnson fan club by any means. But when we look at people like that, we've got to say to ourselves, well, you know, they're just doing such great work. They're helping so many people. People are willingly handing over their money to them, and spending time and energy and spending their lives working on the stuff that they've been shown. So, the money is a guide to how successful you are and how many people you're impacting, isn't it? There's no doubt about it. Okay, we've got one from Emily right here. Let's have a look. If we can see that there are some making it, helps me think I can have some of that. Yeah, exactly. And successful people in any given market tend to expand the market, don't they? Because they're very, very good at persuading people into their world, and therefore they might be bringing people into the industry who were not considering this kind of thing before. So I don't think there's anything to feel awkward about or inadequate about when you see people being successful. For me, it just goes, we're on the right track here. We're doing something that people are making really successful businesses out of. So let's do number 5, shall we? Number 5 right here. This was in a post, and we can talk a little bit about it today. Because I come at this from 2 angles. You think taking a job offer to work for someone else sounds more appealing right now. I'm going to be a bit controversial here because I don't actually think it's a good idea. If you've got a job that's paying the bills, I don't think it's a good idea to give up your job and then start a business from scratch. I think we have enough leeway in most jobs these days. You're not working 7 days a week, are you? 12 hours a day. There's enough space for you to start your business alongside a job. And we have a number of people who've been through the CAB. I think I won just last week, actually, Lisa Bonner from the States. And Lisa didn't give up her job until about 12 months into the business. She was attending the CAB sessions at the start of that 12 months from her work office. And, she had it on mute and she had to be quiet when she was talking. But, where there's a will, there's a way, of course. And now Lisa is absolutely thriving. She was able to give up her job, replace the revenue from her job with the revenue from her business and get on with it. I think in terms of going back the other way, if you've already got some kind of business in place, some kind of business idea, and let's say you've had some paying clients, then to me, it makes no sense to go back to a job because that's just giving up, isn't it? That is giving up all the freedom, all the ability that you've got to map out your own day, your own life, And I think there are a number of things that you want to do before you throw the towel in and go back to working for somebody else. Let's have a look at Simon. Yeah. Well, full disclosure, some of you may know that I've never had a job. I've never been employed by anybody. I've been a director of a firm, I guess. I've had PAYE, but I've never worked for anybody else. What we got here? Definitely doing the training first. Yes, Jeff. I agree. And has tried that more than once. Didn't work out for me. What was this? Just leaving your job and starting a business? Oh, here we go. I was in my working employed job, unemployed, took over and it knocked me. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess the nuances here, guys, it all depends on your financial situation. If you've built up some savings, or let's say your expenses are fairly low, or somebody else in the household who's covering the bills, kind of thing. There's a lot of different angles to this, aren't there? But I just think in general, it's a triumph of kind of hope over reality. If you just think from day one, you're going to be earning enough to replace the money you were earning whilst you were at work. So if that is imperative, then just, you know, try and layer the two. And yes, Emily, I respect your experience. I do understand that. I really do. All right, so let's just go back for anybody who's joined recently, or by the way, a summary. What we're talking about today is 5 signs you're doing marketing wrong. The first one was about content generation, and you stare at a blank screen for more than 3 minutes. You're trying to write a post. Second stage was you don't like having sales calls, so you don't do it. That's the only time you get paid, of course. Third one was, hiring a mentor or a coach and paying them and then not doing any of the work. It's a bit daft, isn't it? We just talked about, haven't we, envying successful people. And also, what I detected in the thread here was a little bit of the attitude that if they're earning money, then they must be doing something wrong. If they're earning loads of money, then they must be doing something wrong. That's hardly ever true, is it? People doing things, bad things, usually don't earn any money. Okay. And then working for someone else sounds more appealing right now. Okay, so those are the 5 things. Hope you found that useful. Just before you go, I've got something else I want you to have a look at, which is as follows. Have you heard of the Social Cocoon Academy? Because I'm going to show it to you now. Whether you're in the CAB or not, it might be worthwhile having a quick look at this. I'm going to share the screen on it right here. So it's this thing. It's called the Social Cocoon Academy. If you haven't heard that expression, it sounds a bit whimsical. What I'm talking about here is your Facebook group and creating a Facebook group as the hub of your community. And, I've come up with the phrase social cocoon based on the idea that your members in your group ought to feel, safe. They ought to feel nurtured. They ought to feel like, you're kind of looking out for them and looking after them. So cocoon's not a bad idea, really. And if you want to know how to build your Facebook group to 6,500 plus members, we've got 6,600 as of this week. I need to be clear that it's not all about money, but just for Christmas last year we breached the $1 million threshold in revenue just from my one Facebook group. So believe me, there's some good stuff in here. We've priced it to sell. It's a real silly price. That link on the bottom of the screen, by the way, is where you can go to see this page that I'm looking at here, and you can have a sniff around, see if you like it. But I'll put together a 3-part video course for you to study. This is all with one aim in mind, with you launching your Facebook group and start to make some money from it. Launch your Facebook group and start to make money from it. Just pop in the comments if you'd like to launch a Facebook group and make money from it, or indeed if you'd like to make money from a Facebook group that you've already got. Just give us a yay in the comments. We're also bundling in, and my social media millennial Frith has put all this together for us, 9 bonuses, which are PDFs, all geared to one thing, all dramatically focused on getting your group set up. So, name your Facebook group. What's in a name? Well, everything's in a name. People are not going to be attracted to it if the name of your group doesn't mean anything to them, right? We've also got a template pack about how to design your group banner, how to send messages to people to invite them to be members of your group as well. We've got another PDF called How to Please the Algorithm to Get Engagement. We'll call that a cheat sheet, in fact. How to never run out of post ideas. Remember what we were talking about earlier? Your number one thing that you feel you're not doing so well. Well, here's a little ebook that will show you how to never run out of post ideas. On a similar line, we've got this thing that we call engagement posts, and we've actually analysed the engagement posts that work. We've analysed the formula, and we disseminated it for you in this PDF, so you can see what is the formula for a great engagement post that really, really works. Now, when you invite people into your group, you might know you can ask them entry questions. And of course, there's a right way to do this and a not so good way to do it. So we're feeding you with some templates for asking powerful group entry questions that, by the way, will actually get email addresses captured from Facebook and get them into your email platform. So that's a fantastic little thing that you shouldn't be missing, because building your email list is brilliant, and it belongs to you then. We've also got a little summary of 7 powerful do's and don'ts of engagement. And this one I'm really proud of, this 9th and final bonus in terms of the written content. How to revive a dead Facebook group. There's actually 10 ways in there to actually revive a dead Facebook group and actually get it working a bit better. Also, if you join today, I'm going to throw you a lifeline. I'm going to let you book with me a 30-minute walkthrough of the whole Social Cocoon Academy process. So you can actually talk to me direct, one-on-one, and I will have to put my headphones in so I can hear you. So that is all part of the deal. And here's the deal. So you can either pay one lot of $396, or I don't mind if you spread the payments. 4 payments of £99 a month. It's not a subscription. This is actually just a payment plan for it. So go to this page by all means. What I'll actually do is I'm going to type in the comments a long form link to this. So if you're too lazy to type it out, it's on the banner on the bottom of the screen, by the way. What I'll do is I'll put it in the comments so you should be able to see it. So there's a nice long one there that says Join Cloud Racing Academy. So if you see that in the comments, by all means, sort of click on it. I'm also going to put it in the group just under this recording in the Facebook group. So it's Cheek by Jowl with you. So click that link, have a look at this page. This is, a full recital of everything that's in the Social Cocoon Academy. Tells you all about it, tells you what you might want to do, and at any point you can just click the button and go, I'm in. Yeah, put on your credit card in there. You only have to spend £99 now, and you get access to this whole thing. You'll get membership logins to the portal where you can actually go in and play with it forever. It's permanent access, this, by the way. All right, so that is it for me. I'm happy if you are. It's been a wonderful Friday as usual. We've had lots and lots of interaction. Thanks for everybody who's commented. It's just been so much that I can spend, a few minutes on Friday afternoon talking with you guys and helping you. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm in my element when I'm talking to you. So on the bottom here on this banner, or click a link in the comments, bit.ly/SCA-23. We've got a special on at the moment. As I say, you can actually join the Social Cocoon Academy for just £99, and I think you should. So have a great weekend. We'll see you next week on TFIF. Those of you who are involved with the Academy and the CAB, we'll see you before then. Love you lots. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.